Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Faeria. I have some time today, so let's go ahead and do a full Pandora run. We got blue, we got yellow, we got green, so no red this time, and I'm going to try to experiment a little bit more with triple color play. One of my YouTube fans, Ellie, suggested that maybe splashing some yellow cards for fast damage could be effective, so we'll see if that works out. Here, though, yeah, we got a pretty clear winner, the Wood Elemental. Generating special lands is good for a variety of different creatures that you might have. And these guys require 2 sands, and I don't really want to go, or 2 deserts, and I don't really want to go into that unless I absolutely have to. So here we go. Okay, so this one is interesting. Last Nightmare is a nice card if you go heavy desert, because just being able to flat out destroy a creature can be really strong. However, I'm going to grab the King's Guard. I'm a big fan of these guards. The 3/6 for 6 is a decent price. It's good cards to collect mana with. And just being able to have a repetitive source of card advantage is nice, especially because if I do play green, I can buff these things up pretty well. Okay, now here, I'm not as big a fan of this one. So this, I think, is just a bad card. It's just straight up bad. When you do buff it, it becomes bearable, but it's still not really worth it. This thing is kind of bizarre. If you can get it cheaper, it's obviously decent, because if you pay less than 10 for it, then you can make a profit of mana. I'd prefer if this were a gift rather than, well, if it were a gift, it would have to be rebalanced. But anyways, this thing is nice as like an early drop next to a well, or like a late game desperate move. I'm gonna grab the Seed Sower though, making some more forests. Kind of sucks that it's adjacent at random and that it doesn't have taunt. Overall, I prefer this one, which is cheaper. It's 2 less mana for 2 less health, which is a pretty good price, and it lets you choose where the forest goes, but still gonna go for it because that was just a pretty crappy pack. Okay, so here we got some more double desert cards, which I'm not a super big fan of. This thing can be a nice little trick to move lands around. Certainly can be very strong, but I think I'm gonna grab this guard because I just like these guards a lot. Alright, we got another guard. What is this? Friendly creatures adjacent, summon adjacent to this one, gain dash 2 and flying. Interesting. Don't think that's really worth it. Here we have finally a single desert card. Can we summon adjacent to friendly creatures? Summon a... Oh, right, this thing. Yeah, it's kind of lame. Guess we're taking another guard. Tons of guards. Another Skyak. Oh, I could have actually done it. Oh, I could have done it. This thing I don't really like as much, because if you don't have a green creature in your hand, it's obviously wasted, and it's just expensive. I would so much rather have like a smaller buff, but also a cheaper cost to this sort of effect. So we'll grab the Tiki Totem, just to give a +1/+1 to the first creature I summon each turn. Okay, well, this one is interesting. It might be a reason for me to go into blue. I mean, this is a fine card. It's a 5/6 for 5. But this thing can be really decent as well. It can be a really undercosted 7/7. Alright, let's go blue. Finally play some blue. Oh, man, I could have had 3 Skyaks. Holy crappity kringle. Alright, this is lakes and deserts. So this thing I now realize does not heal you. It buffs its health. That's interesting. I think I'd rather just have this, which is a lower risk card, and I don't actually know how good that is. Okie doke, we have another double desert thing. Wow, this is just a really crappy pack. This can be a pretty good combat trick sometimes, honestly. Because you can move a creature and attack with it in ways the opponent might not have expected. The punishment I'm finding to be rather mediocre. Paying 3 mana for 2 damage sometimes just really sucks. And you can't hit face with it. So we'll try the Horsemaster, though I could definitely regret not having the punishment. Okay, so we got the Octopus, so it's a 5/5 for 4 basically. It is in my colors. But I already have the two creatures that make lands, and then that makes the Primeval Colossus pretty damn good, so I'm going to go for it. Alright, not a big fan of this treasure pack. I've just started to like the treasure creatures, and I don't get any. I don't like Secret of Strength. I would honestly rather just have, like, for a 3 mana flying charge 3/6/6 than buffing one of my creatures, because this only gives +4/+4 instead of a 6/6 body. And yes, you can use the current turn, but I found that having the actual body, even if it can't attack for a turn, is worth it. This thing, it just doesn't do enough. It's too expensive, and I have a hard time making value out of it if your opponent's beating you down with big creatures. This is too expensive to, like, not get you back out. So, yeah, we're going for this. It's not the greatest, but it can hit face. It can kill a creature, and sometimes it can be a really effective board clear. Alright, so this thing is pretty crappy. This thing is weird. I guess I'm going to take this Elder to play it early next to a well and get a card when it dies. Not a big fan of this, because it works on the opponent, obviously. But there is just nothing good here. Oh, goodness. This is pretty crappy. Oh, we'll try this Vine Wall, I suppose. See if that works at all. Okay, I do like the Ancient Herald quite a bit. That's solid. And I think I'm going to go for it over the non-attack buff. Alright, this is interesting, actually. A 3-2 with flying for... Or 5-2 with flying for 3 mana is pretty solid. The main thing that's in competition with is this Archon, because a 4 mana 6-6 is pretty darn good, and I do have some cards whose base cost is that high. But I'm going to try it. Let's give have a yellow splash here. This is so annoying to deal with sometimes when the opponent just drops it, and it's like, oh, now my 6-5 is useless, and stuff like that. Okay, so the Seedling can be really, really good if you play it early on. It's like a 4-5 for 2 mana, eventually. And what's interesting is that if it gets damaged, it actually continues getting buffed. One advantage over of it versus the Beastmaster is that because it only requires a single forest, it can be played earlier as well. So if you're going second, for example, you can play a Prairie, then a Forest, and put this next to a well. Let's try this. Although I like the Ancient Beastmaster a lot, I have other buffing things, so let's try that Seedling. Okay, with the Primeval Colossus, we're definitely going to go for this Elemental. Slaughtering Shadow is another interesting thing to splash for. Like in the end game, if you can get an aggressive desert, you know, this can go next to the opponent and just bash for 6. And a 4 mana 3/4 with flying that charges is also kind of interesting. But we'll grab the Elemental. It's in my colors, and I definitely want those forests. All right, there's another one. Okay, so we got one of these with the weird high cost and the buff. I'm actually just going to grab another Herald. Decent size, and it reduces mana costs. Okay, so here's the main option. I can splash this, but this is 2 deserts. That's too big of a splash, I think. I don't want to do this. Although, I mean, it can be good. You place it anywhere within 2 spaces of the opponent, summon it super cheap, run it in, draw a card. No. I'm going to just get this big golem, call it a day. This is one of my least favorite Tiki cards. This thing is 2 deserts. I guess we're gonna make an Oak Papa. Alright, Water Elemental. I love this card so much. Even though this is tempting, I just love this. It only takes 1 lake. It makes another lake for you. The jumping helps you harvest mana. I mean, it's just awesome. Alrighty. I don't know how good this is. I mean, you kind of have to be already ahead to get value from it. The randomness, I think, is what kind of sucks. I'm going to grab the Death's Desire for some mana and card draw. What could I possibly do? Well, I could, like, bash a Colossus, and I should get 15 mana, right? Although it does say cost, not base cost, so I'm a little bit worried about that. Well, I'm going to try it anyway. Because it can also be used on your opponent's creatures, obviously, to get that last bit of damage. Alright, here we go. We got a good Tiki this time, and it's good because everything else kind of blows. Alright. Bad. The next card you draw with okay, I guess we're taking the Italian gnocchi here. This thing's okay, but I'm still not a big fan of it. We'll take that. Alright, so now, let's see. Draw a card. Oh, yeah, I'm going for it. It's risky. It's super risky, and of course I could take another Kingsguard. Or a Grove Guardian. But I do have a Water Elemental to help me put lakes down, and this is such a decent card later in the game to just get more mana, get more cards, and dig for your good stuff. Oh, the Faeria tree, so tempting. So tempting. So you have to let it survive for 4 turns, but you get 10 mana if you get it early on in the game, and then your opponent doesn't kill it. Oh man, it's tempting. I mean, obviously, if I get it late in the game, it's just totally worthless. This thing's kind of a bet hedging sort of card. You get some card advantage, And creatures are less expensive, but the problem is that if you draw events, it really does sort of suck, and you spent a whole bunch of mana drawing cards. All right, let's go for the Faeria tree. It's tempting. Don't like this. This thing, maybe? I don't like that. Or that. Okay, I guess we're doing some punishment, maybe? I don't know. This doesn't seem quite good enough to splash for. And now that I have a Primeval Colossus, I think it's good to get another Wood Elemental. Well, I've already got a Forbidden Library. Why don't we take another Colossus? It's a bit greedy, but... I mean, if I do activate it and get it down to like 7 mana, it's like a 7 mana, 7/14. This thing seems bad. This thing seems bad. Alright, so it's either the God Hunter or Runan's Presence. I'm going to grab the Presence. I mean, the God Hunter is definitely solid, but I like the Presence. It can be good sometimes. Uh-huh. Let's get some wild growth. I do need more forests, potentially. And here's the Storm Spawn. So that does go well with Death's Desire. It's quite the combo. So if I can save up to 10 mana, I play this, Death's Desire it, get 20 mana in 2 cards. I'm going to try it, see how it goes. Interesting. So I can get 3 random treasures for free. I'm going to grab this, though. I've really come around on those treasure creatures. I think it's because the first few games I played, everything was so lopsided by the time Pandora opened that either like I was already going to crush my opponent and it didn't matter, or they were going to crush me and a single creature wasn't going to turn the tide. But now I'm finding that as the strategy gets deeper and as I see that the early game now is a lot of jockeying for position and trying to maneuver to get lands next to the opponent or to get a mana advantage. In those situations, when the game is really balanced, a really cheap creature is more effective than an expensive removal spell. Like, let's say, for example, I do play a 6/6 for 3 with flying and charge. Then my opponent can kill it, but what are they going to kill it with? They're going to kill it with, like, a Doomsday that's 6 mana, so they spent twice as much mana. And I've noticed, too, that the mana really becomes significant in the late game because then you kind of want to start dropping all your big threats. But when you're only getting 6 mana per turn, you can pretty much only do 1 per turn. So whatever's already been established on the ground has a much bigger impact than anything that you can do out of your hand. So having a creature that's undercosted helps you either build an advantage or claw your way back while your opponent's still only dropping like a single big threat per turn. I'm not sure how good this Storm Spawn Death's Desire combo is, but Storm Spawn does have some other advantages. So for example, the Ancient Herald, which I have 2 of, doesn't work on it because it's based on life. Okay, I guess I don't have the one that... Crap, I guess I don't have the one that makes it... Oh, Jesus. I thought I had the one that makes your next like really expensive card cheaper. Clearly I don't actually have that. Whoops! Well, crap. So anyway, I don't know how good this deck is, but yeah, let's go ahead and take it for a spin. I wish I had more water elementals to power up my Forbidden Library. Okay, yikes, this is a bad opening pack. This is something I don't really want to play early. These require too many forests. Well, this requires too much mana, this requires too many forests. We're doing a full mulligan. And we get a wood elemental, which is totally fine. I'm quite happy to see that. So we can start collecting mana on turn 2, thanks to that thing, which is nice. And then on turn 2, I can actually play this and get maybe a big fatty down. So it's very important that you do the order right. First you explore, then you make the forest. That way, on turn 2, your elemental can come next to the well and harvest mana. It's a cool face. So my opponent's not going at me. He's just going to play a 3/3 for 3, which is fine. It wastes the buffing potential of that card. I'm totally happy with this. So let's move on and think about what I want to do. So what I think I want to do is actually cast this Presence. It's not the only option. I could make a lake and then play this next turn to get a 5/6. But let's just see what I get. Alright, a wood elemental. That's pretty nice. I'm going to get a 9/10 that makes a forest. Well, it definitely means I should make a lake this turn. I'm going to make it... over here. So what I can do next turn is move this thing there, and then get ready to make forests there. I could also like, no. I want to make this wood elemental over here, so I can try to go at this 3/3. And what's interesting is this could actually be pretty handy. It could help my 9/10 rush into battle. So this is actually pretty nice. My opponent didn't go near me at all, and I think it might hurt him in the end. We'll see. Oh, he's also going to do it. So we're both going to have some pretty powerful stuff here. In fact, if he got a 3 mana or less creature, he could play it right now. He's not, though. That's good. Okay, well, let's get the ball rolling here. Let's go over here, so I'm ready to collect double mana next time. I will make a forest there. And do this. And let's make another forest here. And then pass the turn. So next turn I can make a lake here and move on. Oh no, it's annoying. Shoot, I might have messed this up. I should have probably made this forest here so I could move next turn already. And then I could have made a lake here and summoned the Herald next to the lake. That might have been smarter. So my opponent also has a +6/+6 creature. He's not using it though. Okay, that's fine. So I have some interesting options here. I could actually make 2 prairies and then charge this thing in. Then I'm not getting a mana, but I'm also stopping him from getting a mana. The other option is I could come in and get the mana, make a land here, get that mana, and then I can play Oakfather, which would be a pretty big one. It would be like a 6/11, basically. It's actually kind of tempting. I'm going to just do that. I will do a... Well, let's do a forest so that I just buff the size of my Oak Daddy. And where do I want to make it? I think I want to make it here. So I've got some pretty big beefcakes. My opponent still has a +6/+6 green creature. It might have been a really expensive one. I never saw Frogify, so if my opponent does have some crazy like 16/16 green creature... Oh, that's what he's doing, isn't it? I see where this is coming. Oh, it's a God Hunter. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. So I'm not super thrilled about this because the 11/10 kills my Oak Daddy and my 9/10. This is actually really, really awful. But if I could just get like a Tiki Caretaker, I could kill it off in one hit and survive, so it's going to make all the difference. Interesting that he played this after playing that. That could have actually made a difference. Shoot, this 11/10 really wrecks me. I mean, I'm going to have to trade in both of my really expensive creatures in it in order to not just get wrecked. Alright, so I have a water elemental. The question is, do I draw a card trying to find an answer? I think I'm going to have to. Okay, punishment. Deals 2 damage. That's what it's going to have to be. I'm not thrilled about it. But it's better than the alternative. Okay, so now I don't have a lake to summon this on, which is fine because I didn't have a thing anyways. Do I want to play this so I can get mana with it next turn? And waste its ability? No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to hold on to that. So I'm going to get 5 mana next turn. I'm going to be able to move this thing back up and collect a 2nd mana. My opponent's actually only getting 4 mana, so I am getting a little bit of mana advantage. And we sort of traded our big creatures, basically. This 6/7 is annoying because my 6/11 doesn't quite kill it. So I can Horse Master my guy up in for a fight, but it doesn't quite kill. Ah, that's perfect. Okay. So here's the move. We're going to play this thing. Buff that up. Make my horsey. Give that thing charge. Charge up and kill that. Dead. Get another mana. I can't make a water elemental. But I can make a lake. And I'm going to make it rather forward. Let's make it like there. And I can summon a water elemental there next turn. So he's got 7 mana. He is collecting 5 per turn. I'm going to be collecting 6 per turn unless he stops me. And I've also got a 7/6 threatening to kill his structure. Sad I never got to get these guys down, but maybe I'll even play it over a water elemental, honestly. Oh crap, so he's gonna make a land here and kill my 3/4 with the 4/5, so I'm actually, that's huge. That actually cuts off 2 mana, so that was huge that he had that buff. Unfortunately. But the good news is that it does mean that he's gonna have to make a land there, so my 7/6 can come in, kill his structure, and make another land near him. Yeah, that cut off a lot of my mana, unfortunately. Alright, well, let's think about how this is going to work. So, one option is I can kill this 4/2. It blocks his mana production, but keeps up the buff. Another option is I can kill the structure and threaten to go face, but then he's still getting mana. I feel like mana is going to be important here. So let's collect mana. Let's, wait, let me actually first put the a lake, because I have a thing that requires 5 lakes. Let's put a lake down, and then I'm going to do this Kingsguard here to tie up these guys, and more critically stop the 2/2 from killing off my 7/2. I'm actually just going to preemptively buff that, and then pass. So he's getting 1 extra mana. I could get 2 extra mana if he doesn't finish this off. He does have 8 mana to work with. I could, what is that? I got the card one, right? Yeah, I can get extra cards. So mana is my main concern. Uh-oh. Shoot, he's going to teleport. And luckily, he doesn't have a forest near this, so he can't actually kill this thing off. Is he going to go face? No, he's going to kill my structure. That's pretty sensible. But this allows him to make a forward forest. Oh, frick. Okay, that's annoying. What got taunt? I guess he's still deciding. That got taunt. Interesting. Okay. Well, this thing isn't super great at the moment. Oh, man. Alright, well, I'm going to step in, get a mana, and a card. Alright, that's good. I got a treasure. That could be handy. Do I get some extra mana for that? Because it's Pandora opened up. I do get some mana. Nice, I can kill a thing. Well, I can get 7 mana and 2 cards. That seems a little bit stupid. I definitely want to make a land here while I can, so that seems like a no-brainer. Let's go ahead and make a forest. And one problem is I can't actually summon any creatures here. If I would have had to make a lake here to be able to summon creatures on it. I could make a water elemental, but then I'm 1 mana short of being able to make an Ancient Herald, unfortunately. This thing is interesting. Do I want to summon that right there? Yeah, let's make him sweat it. Alright, now that, I think I want to just... I don't see the point of actually killing this 3/5. I'm going to kill his production building. And I'm going to, I guess, trade my 3/2 for a 3/3. I'm going to put an elemental here. And I guess I'm going to make a lake back here just for protection's sake. And I'm going to pass. I could give him 3 mana and 2 cards to kill that thing off, but it doesn't seem that severe yet. He does have 7 mana and 4 cards. Shuffle 3. Oh, I'm pretty happy to see that, honestly. I mean, obviously that could be really scary later, but it doesn't do anything now, and it doesn't cost him any mana, but it also he does lose some card value out of it. My treasure is not immediately helpful either, unfortunately. So he's going to stop me from making a forward land there, which is fine. Ah, he's going to get to kill my 7/2 and live to tell about it. That's super annoying. So now I have to choose between killing the thing that's in front of my face or killing that. Well, I could maybe have both, right? I could maybe... Yeah, I'm going to go back here. Thank you, jumping. And kill that. 5/6 holds up well versus a 5/2. So I'm going to do that, actually. Wait, nope. First, I'm going to make a Tiki Totem. Nice and out of the way. And then I'm going to make this. So it's a 6/7. I don't particularly want to... Oh, let's see, I'm going to get a mana. I don't think I want to step forward, because although that does allow me to hit him, it also allows this 5-2 to trade versus a 4-5, whereas right now I want to make him sweat it versus this 6-7, so I'm just going to pass here. So he's got 10 cards. He could be drawing treasures now. They're random treasures, but most treasures are pretty strong, so the longer this goes, the more it favors him. I suppose that's the flaw with not taking that shuffle 3 treasures into your deck card. I mean, I'd rather have bad at this point than this Death's Desire, I suppose. Okay, is he gonna... Oh, he's got a forest here, which is rough, because he can summon stuff into my face, and I don't actually have anything near him. Okay, so that thing hits for 4. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. This is a random green creature in your hand. Okay, that's fine. I think I'm willing to just kill that. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let's put that there. Saves me 4 damage and makes me a forest. This water elemental doesn't make no sense to trade into that, so I'm gonna kill a 5-2 with it. Step up my 6-7. And I'm gonna put a 6-7 back here for defense. I think that's worth it because he does have a 4-5. So now, should I just kill this right now? No, I'm gonna start hitting him in the face, I think. Let's get it. Oh, I should have done this first. Always draw cards first, guys. All right, Primeval Colossus, nice. So that's as cheap as it's ever gonna get. I can summon it a square away from my opponent. I can also summon it back home for defense. So it's looking pretty good. I am pretty happy with the situation. He's only got 2 cards. He does have 8 mana, but I've got creatures all over the board. I mean, I'm just way ahead. And I'm going to get another forest, which does not make this any cheaper, unfortunately. Let's see, where do I get a forest? Right there. Okay, that's fine. So now my 6-7 can kill this 4-5. I'm keeping my health up. I have a 6 damage creature coming in at him pretty soon. And this thing's going to keep growing. It's going to be a 3-4 pretty soon, and I'm drawing cards with this 4-4. So I'm pretty happy with how things are going. All right, we each get a treasure. Nice. Okay, I got another Colossus. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, well, why don't we keep it simple? Let's draw a card. Forbidden Library. Yes! Okay, so now I'm definitely going to do this. Let's make a lake. Oh, how about just in front? And I'm going to put a library nice and out of the way. Still having enough mana left over for a Colossus right next to his face. Oh, it's even bigger than I thought. I'm going to move that over so the Colossus can step in next time. I'm going to hit him. I'm going to kill the creature in front of me. I mean, I'm kind of dominating on all fronts here. I'm threatening lethal on board. He did save up a whole bunch of mana. And I think there is some card, I forget which color it is, that just destroys everything. But then I could just resummon a Colossus right next to him. And a Colossus plus this Ruby kills him. So I think I'm in pretty damn good shape. Especially because I get 2 extra mana and an extra card per turn. For the low, low price of effectively nothing, because damage on my face doesn't actually make a difference. Yeah, this thing deals 2 damage to you, but you get an extra card and 2 extra mana per turn. The main cost of that is really the lake. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay. I was not expecting that. That was a pretty good answer to the situation. That did cost all of his mana, and I do still kill him, but Jesus Christ, that was actually really close. I could have definitely lost that game. So, glad we got some burn in the hand. Wow, that was so close. I couldn't even use my removal on his astral weapon because if I did, he'd get 14 mana back, which was unacceptable. I mean, I guess a 7/7 flyer wasn't that bad, and I could have remade one of the forests near his face and put another Colossus down. Yeah, I guess it wasn't that bad. It was just really intimidating that he just killed all my stuff. And that if I didn't have Burn in my hand, I wouldn't have been able to win that turn. But I mean, I'm still hitting him for 6. I can still make a Colossus near him, and a 7/14 holds up very well versus his 7/7 that he just spent all his mana summoning, so he'd only have 6 mana to work with the following turn. Yeah, in my situation, it was fine. It was just convenient that I had this treasure to finish things off right away. Okay, I think I just outplayed my opponent in that one. Let's see if my luck can hold. In this game, I'm first this time. Well, this is obviously not a good early card. But, well, this is interesting. Do I want to play this early? Yeah, I do. That's a pretty good effect. So what I'm going to do is start by playing a lake. I could obviously play a desert and summon this thing right now, but like I talked about before, there's no real value to summoning it right now versus making a land here next turn and summoning it there. Like it's summoning it then on this spot is just the same as summoning it here now and then moving it. So I'm going to start with a lake. And then I think next turn, I'm just going to keep it real simple. I'm going to make a lake here and summon the Moki. And then I'm going to make a... Oh, wait, I can't do both. I have to choose. Okay, I'm going to make a lake and go for the Moki first. Because... it's awkward. I want to make the desert thing over here. But, yeah, I'm going to do this first because the sooner I play this, the smaller the likelihood that I am going to draw a card of 7 or higher and not get the mana reduction. Yeah, it's awkward. It's hard to do both of these, unfortunately, because if I make a desert here, now I have to move on to the desert to get the mana. So unfortunately, I'm not able to develop the mana on this side. It would have been really nice if I could go second in this game, but alas. All right, so my opponent plays a 2/6 and wastes the heal, but it's actually pretty annoying because obviously now I don't want to move my 2/2. He can just come down and kill it. So I have several different ways of doing this. I think what I'm going to do... God, do I really forfeit a mana just because he did this? It sucks, but... yeah. I'm going to do this. Make a Seed Sower here. Alright, so he can move here next turn to collect the mana. It's obviously not the ideal mana placement, but I'll pass. So he's getting a mana advantage now because he collected a mana, and I did not yet. And he could summon a creature this way and get 2 mana next turn. But the good news is that this random forest, while it's not in the ideal spot, it is at least next to the well, so I can actually get mana, place a land here, and get mana here. And unless he invests in putting land out this way, he's not going to be able to kill my 2/2, but that is what he's doing. Okay. Well, fair enough. Got a Thyroid Golem, which I am unfortunately not able to play anytime soon. What I'm going to do here is put an Elder... oh, that's not my land. Oh, shoot. God. So if I make a land here, I can move in and get the mana. Crap. I guess I'm going to do that. Let's make another forest, work towards my Thyroid Golem. Get a mana. Get a mana. And... I'm going to put a Village Elder here. So the reasoning is that when he comes in with his 2/6 and kills my 2/2, I can move my Elder down and pick up the mana. Crap, that 2/6 was super effective. Good play. He wasted the Battle Cry, but it lined up really well against the creature I was using to collect mana, and it let him get a mana advantage. So now I do get the mana advantage back a little bit because I can get 2 mana next turn, whereas he's only going to get 1. This turn, that is. I need 2 more turns before I can play the Thyroid Golem, which will be nice, a nice counter to this 2/6. But I'm playing super defensively. I have to make a forest here, because otherwise he can move in with a 2/6 and put a land right near my face. Ugh, that's kind of embarrassing. So I still have yet to cash in my Spring Moki. I still have not drawn a card with an original cost of 7 or higher. But I believe that continues on, even if this thing dies. It's like an aura. So he's got the mana on me. He's got more cards. I am going to get a card from this Elder. And I will have to play a very passive turn putting a land here, but I will get 1 mana from this Elder. No! Oh, that was such a good taunt. God darn it. So it stops me from getting a mana, which is annoying. Is there any point in playing this Vine Wall? I mean, yes, it would actually let me play a forest next turn, but unfortunately, can't really, or the golem next turn, but unfortunately, I can already do that anyways. And if I like make a forest here and put the vine wall there, yeah, it doesn't really do me any good. God, I wish I could move this thing and get the mana, but I guess that's why taunt's good, kids. All right, well, I have no choice. I have to be defensive. And I guess I'll just drop this thing down here and pass. 4/6 doesn't really hold up that well versus the 5/6. Even if the 5/6 is what cashes in against my 1/1, I still don't actually kill that thing without a buff, and he's still got tons of mana to work with. But next turn I do get a 5/10, which could be good. We're just going to have like a little brawl here. He obviously gets this land in this spot. I could have made a prairie here and stopped him from getting such a forward land, but I definitely wanted to get a forest because my vine wall was not going to die, and I definitely want to play the thyroid golem next turn. One awkward thing about putting this here is that he can actually leave my village elder alone, and then this thing blocks the elder from coming in to collect mana. So that's sort of a drawback to this decision. Then again, this thing couldn't get mana anyways because it's taunted, so maybe I am just talking stupid. He's got 10 mana, but he's not getting that much mana per turn. He's only getting 1 mana extra per turn beyond the minimum. So if he can't cash this 10 mana into a crushing advantage, then he might fall behind. All right, so he's going to do this, which is interesting. It can help him later. It doesn't really help him now. So that's something. Got a water elemental here. And a wood elemental, so lots of elementals. Well, definitely I'm going to make a forest. So I can play my golem. Let's make a forward forest, try to get out close to him. This doesn't really hold up well versus the 5/5, but the 5/10 holds up pretty beautifully here in this situation. So I'm going to put this thing down here. Do I move in with my 4/6? Well, he can move the 1/5 and then just move the 5/5 in to attack the 4/6. Yeah, it doesn't seem that good. But what about this? This actually seems smart. Let's taunt this up. And I can make a defensive forest here. Or I can make an offensive forest out. I'm just make an offensive forest. It's risky because if he has an answer for this 3/4, he can actually move the 1/5 in and make a land next to my face. But gotta take some risks somewhere. And it sucks that a random creature in his hand is... I don't get to see it because it's blocked, but I believe it's +3/+5, so he's going to get a pretty big creature. And I was not offered any Frogifies. So yeah, I'm pretty damn significantly behind here. Mana-wise, where I'm actually okay, we're both only harvesting from one well, but he just has really good pressure, good card advantage, and he's used his mana better than I have. So I'm in a little bit of trouble. Now I am threatening some shenanigans, which he has blocked, which makes sense. I will get to make one forward land here if I wish. The nice thing about this taunt, too, is that it stops the 1/5 from cashing itself in against my 5/10. And I can move in with my 5/10 and actually kill this 5/5. And the 1/5 still can't cash itself in against my 5/10. But over 2 turns, it can cash itself in against the 3/4. So he's going to kill the structure that way, which is interesting. I wonder why he would do that. It's to stop my 5/10 from moving, I guess? Gonna make a messenger. Okay, so he's gonna be able to jump in and attack my god next turn. Alright, well, I guess if it worked once, it can work again. Let's go ahead and kill this 5/5. And let's make another wood elemental here. Is there any way I can get tricky with... Oh, I can't make them both in the same turn, so never mind. Alright, so let's do this. Make a forward forest there. And then do I want to make a lake? Or do I want to collect a mana? Kind of a tough situation here. I don't think I want to kill this. I'd rather he spent his turn doing that. Let's move this forward. Man, this is tough. What good does it do me to make a lake? No, I think I'm going to collect some mana and try to get a mana advantage going. He's got 5 cards and 8 mana. He's got a pretty good position. What I'm hoping for at this point is that I just outvalue my deck. I mean, he has had a lot of mana and not really played anything super big for a few turns now. He's going to get this, though, so it's going to make any green creature in his hand pretty big. And he's cut me off very effectively from being able to make any forward lands. Even with this water elemental, I can't quite do it. Maybe I should have considered killing this so that he can't buff this and kill my 3/4, because if he can kill this 3/4, then he's going to be able to jump in with the messenger and whack my face and get a card. This is what? Just flying? It doesn't have charge or anything. At this point, with 3 shards found, it's kind of late to try to play this for mana advantage. I'm really counting on it mainly to just summon a 5-attack minion next to his face. But these guys are both, unfortunately, 2 turns away from getting next to any spot where they could make land. I could have made a water elemental last turn, which jumps and could have threatened to make land in a whole bunch of different places. But I valued the taunt on this elemental because I guess I respected this messenger. Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. So he's getting a 6/6 there, unfortunately, which holds up nicely versus my 5/5 and my 4/6. So it's just all kind of shitty, unfortunately. And he's going to give it taunt. And it's a 7/7. Oh, that got buffed. Oh, this is just awful. I am not really making any progress here at all. Okay, so that's kind of crappy. I've just got nothing good going on here. Much as it pains me, I'm going to draw a card. I'm just going to hope I get something good. All right, a treasure could be good, I guess. Got a flying charge 3 guy. 6/6. Okay. That's what I got to go all in on. So we're going to have to trade there and there. So trying to get as much value out of my creatures as possible. Let's kill off this thing which draws him cards. And just, I guess I'm going to put a 6/6 in front of his face. And unfortunately, I cannot summon these things next to him. One of these should have been a lake. Damn. Should I summon this? I don't think that really makes much sense. What I'm actually going to do, I think, is make this water elemental here. Summon the lake there so I have a place to put my herald next turn, and then pass. It's a dicey situation because he's still got a treasure, he's got mana, he's got cards. So I'm really hoping for him to have kind of nothing. And that's obviously a dim hope. But you gotta play to your outs. So basically what I can do if he doesn't block either of these is I can move up, hit him for 6, put a 5/2 right next to his face, and just hope to win the race. He has probably too many cards for me to feel safe about this plan, but what are you gonna do? This water elemental does just kind of die, huh? It's not super great. Oh, this is a neutral creature, so it did the full 5 damage. Damn. That's actually a pretty good use of the protection card. And he's going to finish it off with the Dancing Blade. Well, damn it. That sucks. Sucks a bag of ducks. So this thing is dead. I got 8 mana. Yeah, nothing's particularly great here. Alright, well, let's go into defense mode, I suppose. Let's put Oak Daddy right there. And as much as I want to get a mana, I think I have to put a land here. Ah, God, you know what? No. I'm just going to have to let them make this land. Yeah. I mean, I can throw this away in front of it, but a 3-2 just feels painful to trade into a 7-4. So yeah, we're just going to put a forest. No, let's make a lake, actually. Yeah, let's make a lake here. This is flying and jump, so it can't quite park next to my thing yet. Yeah, sucks to do that, but it's what I gotta do. We got this thing, which isn't super great in this particular situation, because you really want to use it on your own stuff. Right, my opponent's getting cards and mana, which is the last thing I want him to have. I would have much rather had that at this point than this Death's Desire, but I don't think I was offered that. Or maybe I was. Maybe I was, and I messed up. Ah, it sucks that he could kill my creature. So now this is not ever going to be summoned near him. I could just make a desert somewhere and summon it in the vicinity of my face, but I just don't think I can win a long fight. I mean, he's got the card edge against me and the initiative. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to win that fight. This is only a 3-mana creature. So I could actually give him the cards and just kill this. And then charge up with my 6/14 and kill his scimitar. That just might be what I do. Tragically, this would still be 2 turns away from his face. But I just don't see anything better at this point. And then this thing would buff something. A random friendly creature, okay. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Well, never mind that plan. Okay. So that's actually beautifully done. I mean, I could do it to that and just kill this straight up. But there's no point in killing that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, this just sucks. I'm going to draw a card, see if I can draw out of this somehow. Got one of those things. Well, I can't play it yet. So I guess we're making a 7/7. I guess we're going to kill... yeah, I'm going to kill this 7/4 and just pass. And await my doom. So this thing can sack itself and give a bonus to one of these. Now at least I have about as many cards as he does. And about the same amount of mana. So we'll see how it goes. But I would say he has the advantage for sure at the moment. He's thinking about jumping in, which will deal 3 damage to my face and each of these creatures. He elects not to do that. Oh, now he can actually whack this and then finish it off at the end of his turn. He's going to choose to whack that. Oh, I see. So he can run in, and then that'll finish it off when it takes 3 damage. I see. And this becomes a 7/1, so it trades. Okay. So now it's actually going to die. Those protections, man, were pretty damn good. God darn it. Alright, I just cannot quite do anything. Alright, do I want to do it on this? Give him 2 cards and 5 mana? Feels bad, man. Taunting it doesn't really work. It just attacks and then lives. Okay. I think I just have to do it. It's just happening. Yeah. Sucks, but what are you going to do? So we're going to play this here. Make a lake over here. With a forbidden library that he could destroy. This thing is going to be able to attack it for 1. If he has any more damage, he can finish this thing off. And he's got tons of mana because I was forced to use my removal card on his jumping thing. That's a case where like the Doom side would have been a whole lot better. But he did a good job drafting. He took all those punishments that I keep passing on. the 3 mana deal 2 damage things, and he's played like 3 of them or 2 of them, and they've been extremely good. Alright, so he's just going to keep whittling me down. With 13 mana, the sky is the limit for this guy. I'm just not sure I can win. Like, his deck would have to be, like, some kind of unholy awful to actually, like, for it to actually be possible for me to somehow lose the game, or to win the game. Just on the defensive. Okay, so he's just going to throw down. I don't think I have anything that will come back from this, unfortunately. But let's take a look. So this thing's obviously worthless. This thing, I suppose, is kind of interesting. I'm going to draw a card. There's a Colossus, which is nifty. Doesn't have taunt. Yeah, no, I'm going to concede. I just don't see where this is going. I mean, he can, like, kill this next turn. Unless I put the wood elemental there or there. Or, like, no, I'd have to go here. And then he can kill it. I guess I'm not technically dead, even with this Forbidden Library. And this gives me 1 mana and 3 damage to one of those creatures. Okay, fine. We'll try this. Let's do that there. Put a forest there. Put a Queen's Guard back home for protection. Kill off the 1/1. And let's see what he's going to do. So he's back down to 6 mana and 4 cards. This thing will kill me in 4 turns. So he doesn't really even have to do anything. Because I don't think you can attack your own structures. So this thing is just going to sit here. And I don't think I have anything in my deck that will kill it. He can just do nothing. I'm not going to get up to him and deal 20 damage. That was a frustrating game because it was super long. And I was behind the entire time and then lost. So it was like I was behind from the moment he played that stupid 2/6. And it messed me up from being able to get mana with my 2/2. And then I had this in my opening hand that I never actually played. So yeah, it kind of sucked. This thing is so nice sometimes when your opponent's first creature is a 2/6. It just doesn't work very well. But we'll see. I mean, he doesn't kill me this turn, which maybe he won't. I mean, he could move the 3/4 up here, kill my 3/4 with that, and the 2/3. Then he can move the 7/6 in to kill my 5/5. Then he can move the 6/7 in and kill my 3/6. And almost kill me. Okay, is he gonna hit me for 7? He has the ability to kill me. Oh no, that's the thing's got taunt. Right. Okay, so he's threatening lethal next turn. I get a treasure, which is deal 3 damage to everything. Well, it's kind of cute. I guess I'm gonna do it. Because it kind of does kill all of his stuff and this structure. So it sort of works. Then, I guess we're going to play this Colossus right next to his face. And this thing is obviously stupid. So let's do this tower. Do that. Get a mana. And pass. So he only needs 2 damage to kill me, which is not that hard to come by. But I guess I'm technically in the game. That was amazingly good. Deal 3 damage to everything. Okay, so he gets a 6/1, kills my guy, unfortunately. But I'm not dead yet. If that's what he's doing with all his mana, that means he clearly doesn't have any charged creatures or any of that kind of stuff. All right, he's just going to draw a card, which is fine. All right. The awkward thing is I can't summon a creature here to block this thing from killing me. All right, let's see what I get from Runin's Presence. Maybe a taunt? No, I got the stupid boar. Okay. Oh, I can put this here. Okay, I'm going to do it just to stop the 1 damage. And then definitely just going to take a mana. And this fairy tree is obviously still stupid, so we're going to pass. Oh, I should have buffed it. Should have buffed it. That was a mistake. Well, we're keeping it going, folks. Keeping the game moving in the onward direction. That's what we're doing. He still has a bajillion cards, and he's actually going to do that, which is interesting. Interesting that he moves away from that spot, because I can now summon a creature here. Ah, he's going to play that. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, so I'm still kind of in tough shape. He's just got a bunch of little crap, and he's trying to get down here. So let's think carefully about the best way to do this. I don't have any taunt, obviously. I can give a thing +2/+2, making this have 4 health. And then I can kill that. And I have a 10/11. The question is, can I put this near him and like threaten to attack while still not dying myself? The answer is maybe. All right, yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna do it. So I play this, let's say, here, and I dash there. Then I get a mana, play a caretaker here, buff that up, kill that thing. And now I have to think. If I leave this here, his 1/1 can finish it off. But that's fine, I think. I want to keep this thing here so he doesn't move in with the 1/1. Oh no, he can do it anyway. He can just move like the 1/1 here, trade, and yeah. So I might as well do this. So he can move in, hit me for 1 damage. You know what? I should have done this first, and then I should have summoned this thing right there that would have stopped the 1 damage. So now he can come in, attack me for 1 damage, or more if he gets a buff. And then that mistake potentially cost me the game, that I didn't think to blow up my structure first and then summon a minion there. And then he can like move in, hit me for 1, trade somehow here. Interesting that he went for that trade. Oh, he's going for another card. I see. So he's trying to find a way to like maybe give this thing charge or something and just finish me off right now. The problem is that on board, I can only deal with one of these 2 creatures. And I only have 6 mana. But I guess the odds of winning are not 0. They're not totally like 0, because if he doesn't have anything good, then I could just whack him in the face once and twice and win. So I guess I shouldn't really concede just yet. I can also do some weird stuff, like I can put a Tiki Totem here to stop a creature from being able to get to this spot. He's also thinking a lot. If he runs out of time, then he might not be able to move this guy forward. Okay, he moved it backwards. Interesting. That was really interesting. So he put it backwards, huh? Okay. Well, the question is, what do I do? Do I draw a card or get mana? I think I'm gonna... Well, actually, I mean, it's also reasonable to consider putting Desert here and making this Demon Wing there. The problem, of course, is that he can just trade a 6/1 in for the Demon Wing. This gives him a mana, which is unfortunate. I mean, I'm obviously not gonna do this, right? The question is, do I draw a card to try to search for some kind of an answer? I think God. How much do I want to summon this thing? I don't know if I really want to summon it that much. I'd rather summon it later. I'm going to draw a card. Okay, that's really interesting. Because what I can do now is taunt like this. Let's move this sort of in the way. Oh, this 1/1 is Death Touch. Okay, that was possibly a mistake. He can just kill this, and then the 6/1 can still attack my 11/9. So he only needs 3 more damage to finish off my 11/9. But whatever, the game's still going, so whatever. Let's just keep on playing it, I suppose. Um, who knows what's gonna happen? This thing's been pretty good. Is gonna be pretty good for him because he kills off my Kingsguard, and he has all this time to try to find any sort of thing that deals damage, of course. But he's in green, which doesn't really have a whole lot of burn effects. Maybe though, instead of drawing a card, I should have put a desert here to be able to get this Demon Wing down. Oh, what am I thinking? Of course, he's gonna move the Death Touch here and kill my 11-9. Right. Oh, so stupid me. Wait, no, he can't, because this thing has taunt. Okay, that actually... Okay, no, he trades that in. Got it. Okay. He's gonna use the Death Touch to kill that thing. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's all that all just happened. Wow. And he's gonna put something big in front of me now. So now, once again, I'm on the defensive. Right, so he's got a 6-5 here, which is not super hot against my 5-6. Although I can play... No, I cannot play both the Tiki Totem and the Herald, because I'm totally out of money. And I never actually got to hit his face with my 11 attack thing, unfortunately. Oh, he had a taunt. That was all he needed, was one taunt to let his Death Touch thing come up. It's this production... Okay. So I got another Colossus, which is interesting. Unfortunately, he does have this thing in the way. I mean, I think I have to go for this Colossus. I just don't see a way out of this. Let's get in there, boys. And now I think I should probably just get mana. If he can take out this 1-1 in any which way, he can just kill me, obviously. But I have to, like, you know, sort of play soccer with my goalie in the midfield. You know, I can't keep my goalie back home. I'm just never going to win that way. So, this is how it has to be. I really wish I had that hammer treasure. That would have been nice to have, like, popping up over and over. Okay, pretty sensible move. Now you can summon a creature here and threaten my face. The 6-4 is also coming in one of two different ways, so I have to basically summon a creature in both places, which means that they both have to be lake creatures or I'm screwed. Unless, of course, I get one that's a taunt, but I don't think any lake creatures have taunts. So it'd have to be like a taunt there. Okay, this is only 2 damage. I can't do anything. Okay, so what's happening right now is I'm currently set to die because I can't stop this from coming in at me. I could, of course, punish the 1-2 and hit him for 7, but then I die. So we got to draw a card. And I drew a taunt. Well, 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 looky here. So I suppose the 6-4 is going to kill my Kingsguard and live to tell about it. So I have to move my guy down. It sucks, but I have to. And let's put this, I don't think it really matters where I put it, but let's put it there, I guess. And I'm not going to create a forest at random. I don't think that's useful. At this point, I'm pretty much resigned to losing, but I just think it's hilarious how long we can drag this game out. And I don't know, I might still win if he just ends up with a bunch of garbage cards like Wild Growth and Tiki Totems and Faeria trees like I have here, then, you know, it might still actually end up being alright. This color splash really hurt me. Imagine if this had been some, like, useful card. That would have been pretty darn sweet. Oh my god, are you kidding me? No, come on, that would have been the greatest finish of all time if my opponent had disconnected and, like, stayed disconnected. Oh, that would have justified everything. But alas, it was not to be. So punishment now can no longer kill this thing, but punishment will be able to finish this off. It'll be at 1 health. I'm gonna have 7 mana. Kind of wish I had put this thing down at some point, but I just don't think I ever had the mana for it. Like right now I'm at 1, so I would not have ever been able to play this thing. Okay, my opponent's running out of time. It's gonna buff something. What's it gonna be? That. Okay. Alright, he's gonna give it another +3/+3. Okay, so now he's actually gonna kill my Colossus. Tragically. I've already used my destroy a creature and get mana for it, so that thing is never gonna work. Okay, so do I have any other options besides going down here and killing it? Painful, but I don't. I mean, I can try to draw a card. Okay. Oh, but I have so much stuff that costs mana. I don't think I can afford to draw a card, and I will start to fatigue at some point. So let's come in, kill that thing. Play this. And I actually can't even really play this because any forest I put it on, my opponent can actually kill it. And this thing is also going to die because this guy doesn't have actual taunt. So I'm just going to pass with my mana and just see what happens. I do have card advantage versus my opponent, but this thing's absolute garbage. I just have too many cards that suck. This thing's bad, this thing's not that great, this thing's obviously terrible. This thing I'm never going to get to play. Yeah, it was the drafting that did me in this time. If I'd had good cards, I could have maybe come back and won this damn thing. Just have too many cards that don't do anything. Alright, so my opponent's getting a mana. If only I had that hammer, I could have actually... Oh, I'm fatiguing. Okay, well then that means it's over. I can't win. So yeah, I fatigued and died. I needed that hammer treasure to win this. Didn't have it, so I lost it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Let's go ahead and take a pause here because those were 2 ridiculously long games, and I'll be back soon with the rest of this Faeria run. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.